How are y'all doing today? Y'all can do better than that. How are y'all doing today? That's still a little weak sauce. Like, how are you doing? You're graduating. How are y'all doing? How are you feeling? You feeling good? All right. So I just want to welcome you to the class of 2020, class of 2021 Sash ceremony. So excited that you all are here with us. Please be patient with me as we're dealing with technology. And this is the first time, to my knowledge, that we have expanded Sash ceremony to be this inclusive with this many people. So I'm very excited. So I just want to say congratulations to you. And if we can, before we get started, just give yourself a round of applause for making it to this moment. Still have people coming in. So a few housekeeping rules. As you come up to get your sash, when we get started, you're going to come to your far, your far right. Is that your right? Your left. Your far left. You'll be sashed, and then you'll make your way down the table. You'll have a rose, and then I want you to stop center here for a photo opportunity, and then you'll walk off stage. At the end of the ceremony, also, we have some wonderful, wonderful desserts prepared for you by RC Dining, by Delish, a local vendor, as well as McAfee's House, another local vendor. So you're allowed to have 3 sweet treats back there. Please don't leave me with all those treats back there once we conclude the ceremony as well to celebrate you. So I'm very excited. We have a small program of sorts to go through, but I am just so excited to be here with you today. And so for my speakers as well, a housekeeping rule, just make sure you speak very close to the microphone. We're streaming. And those who are tuned into Zoom, though you may be participating via Zoom, make sure that you're also streaming. You may be able to hear better from the stream on the Roanoke College page on YouTube, okay? So before we get going, I just want to take this time, again, to just welcome you to the Sash ceremony. It's an honor. I also want to recognize the special guests that we have in the room, President Maxey, Kim Belton, one of our Board of Trustees. Please give them a round of applause for being in the room. And you also have some wonderful administrators and leaders that will come before you on the mic. I'm sorry, y'all have to listen to that, but it's okay. All right. The pandemic has taught us a lot, right? So I just want to say, dear senior, you made it. Your path wasn't linear, but nothing in life will ever be. You made it. Through college, through a pandemic, you are resilient. And I just want you to know that I am so proud of each and every one of you. We all are. You have come a mighty long way. And I just want you to know that life is going to be full of surprises, full of ups and downs, but I know that Roanoke College has prepared you for where you're going on this journey. So at this time, I'm going to welcome Chaplain Chris Bowen to bring us some welcome remarks on behalf of the college and on behalf of the Center for Spiritual Life and Campus Ministry. Y'all give it up for Chaplain Chris.
Good morning. It is a blessing to see you all today. Welcome on behalf of the college to the Sash ceremony, on behalf of President Maxey and all of us who are on the committee. It is a delight to spend some special time in recognizing today. I mentioned last night at Baccalaureate, the college has 4 values that we try to instill and pass on to you, that striving for excellence, pursuing excellence in all that you do, embodying service to the community, striving also for personal distinction and committing to community. And it's those 2 things, especially those last 2 pillars, those last 2 values, that you all have embodied and striven for and achieved so well for us. You know, our world struggles on this idea of personal distinction and commitment to community. Which is it? Which is it? Like me or we? Me or we? And you all come to understand it's me and we. Right? It's me and we in the world. And so the personal distinction that you have brought to our campus has enriched our campus. And you see that embodied in these sashes today as well, this amazing personal distinction. And yet you have committed to community. You have enriched our lives by your commitment to this community. And so we hope that you take this understanding out into the world that seems to make you have to choose either be uniform and united through uniformity, or just go be yourself. You can be unity without uniformity, right? Bring the diversity, bring the inclusion into this world that we so desperately need to see, that can be something that unites us as well. So congratulations. Thank you for all you have taught us, because we have learned and grown through our work and living and just having fun and exploring the world with you, and blessings as you go from this place. Thank you all for getting up on this day and being with us. It's a little early, I know, but it is a blessing. So at this point, I wanted to invite the first of our student reflections, a senior who is near and dear to my heart, whose conversations with me have enriched my life deeply, and so I want to invite Aaron Rogers to the stage. Aaron?
How y'all doing today? She was right, I do gotta stand up a little bit. Give me a second. So I'm gonna be giving a presentation today. It'll be only 5 minutes, so I do gotta go a little bit quick through this, but it's gonna be genuine. Before I start though, raise your hand if you know what your purpose is. So your purpose in life. This is for faculty and staff also to participate in. Raise your hand if you know it. So like, you know what you gotta do, you know why you're here, everything, yeah, you got it. Raise your hand if you kind of know what your purpose is. So like college kind of help with that, family, all of that, so you kind of go. Raise your hand if you have no idea what is going on. Like, I've been there too. So like, raise your hand if like, it's okay, I've been there, we've all been there too. Today, the topic of my presentation is take a step, and it's gonna be on purpose, as I talked about. I'm gonna be sharing a little bit about my journey too, so y'all get to see a side of me that some of y'all may not know. Again, this is going to be a HOT message, by the way, and HOT is an acronym for humble, open, and transparent, something that I've been working on over the last couple of years, even with Natasha and professional development and who I'm becoming as a man, so it's going to be a HOT message. Y'all going to see some areas in my life. 8 months ago, last fall, I went to counseling confused. Much how a lot of you just raised your hand in the, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, I was the same type of person. I actually went and saw counseling for this over at, y'all know the building. So I met with one of the counselors, opened up my life. That was something that I've never done before, as the way that I was growing up and I was taught was just to keep all of that in. Don't go to counseling, don't do that type of thing, which we're going to break those barriers later. I realized that I graduated in May and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. Like I'm getting the education, I'm getting the experience, but again, I don't know what I'm doing. And to be completely honest with you, counseling did not help that much, but it was a step in the right direction that I encourage all of you to take. Before we get into what purpose is and the way that I've actually been able to find mine, I'm going to go into what purpose is not, which is just as important. Your purpose is not a person. And that means a lot to a lot of people. Your purpose is not your parents. Just because your parents did something does not mean that you have to, and just because your parents didn't does not mean that you have to either. Your purpose is not a person. It is not your friends and your friend groups. Your purpose may call you out of being what you've been surrounded by your entire life. I have a group of 5 friends back home, always in the group chat with them, but my purpose is very clear that it's not theirs, and that does not make me better or worse than them in any type of way. It makes me different. Your purpose is not a person, as in it is not your partner either. A lot of you that are in relationships too, and I've fallen into this, in the fact where I've tried to tie my purpose into what they're going, what they're doing with their life, and that is not, you have a purpose that's specific to you, that is not tied to them. Your purpose is not a title, that you do not need 8 degrees and 16 certifications to fulfill your purpose. Allow me to give you an example. Your purpose is not to be a teacher, but it is to teach. You may need qualifications to be a teacher, but there are things in your community and there are people that need your gift and your purpose as of right now that cannot wait for you to be able to get all of that. Even if you are called to education and you are called to teach, there are things that you can be doing right now to fulfill your purpose. It is not a final destination or an occupation that you may have. Your purpose is not comparison. The comparison is the thief of joy. And the second that you start to compare your purpose, whether it be influence or income or some other area, that you are not to compare whatever your purpose, when you discover, and I believe that everyone will, that it is not something that you should be comparing to other people, and that it is specific to you. The definition of a purpose is the reason for which something is done or created, for which something exists.
Really should just try to go up, and that's why it's not doing.
I guess more than one person presenting today. As of for me, I had to take the time to discover myself. So this was step one for me. After I left that counseling session, I went on a journey to discover who I really was. I learned the pieces of my purpose as I discovered the pieces of myself. To be completely honest with you, to go hot again, it wasn't just a self-discovery journey, it was a self-healing journey. There are things from my past that I had to go back and I had to confront that I was running from. This is important because the worst thing in life is to not know your purpose, is to not know your purpose, but to know your purpose and to not have the faith to pursue it. You can learn from the past, but you can also be held to it too, which is a realization that I came to. Your present purpose can be diminished by your past, and that's exactly what I was going on. There are things from my past that I went to, which I'll open up a little bit about. I'll talk to more counselors a little bit later about some of it. But continuing to go is the past had the greatest influence on my purpose. For some of you, that may be family. For some of you, that may be your partner. And for me, it was my past. So again, step one was to discover, heal myself. That your purpose is your responsibility. I had a friend tell me a couple of weeks ago, man, you're just too confident. It was funny. We had a conversation. It was a great conversation. We got a lot from it. And he said that actually bleeds into some of the other areas in how I'm perceived. Allow me to be open for a second. My mother had me when I was 14 years old, and I grew up a large portion of my life in a foster home. All I've had is confidence, is to walk into rooms like I owned them, speak to people as if I had it, walk into jobs and interviews as if I had what it took. And I say all of this, again, I'm getting caught up on that a little bit. Y'all not gonna see that side of me. Is that some people, if I dare say most people, won't understand, appreciate, or prioritize who you are, your purpose, and it is not their responsibility to, it is yours. It is your job to wake up every day and to love yourself and to pursue what purpose you have or that journey of self-discovery or discovering what your purpose is. And it is your job. And I realize that is hard at times. It's not easy, but it's not something that you necessarily have to do alone, which I'm going to get into. Before I get into that, though, my next point is that you have a purpose. That you are an individual created with value, that you were created on purpose and for a purpose, which I'm going to take the time to break down. That you were created on purpose, that you are not an accident or made by some random chance to fill space, rather that you were created to take space, to change perspectives, and to change the environments that you walk into. Over 7 billion people into this world, and you create and you bring something that no one else does. My next point is that a purpose is a puzzle, that it's not going to just be, it wasn't for me, so some people it may have this, but it wasn't something that I just woke up one day and I automatically had. It is something that I had to piece together through my healing journey and self-discovery journey, and that it went together literally like a piece of a puzzle, where I started to see the picture before it was completed, but it took the time to actually put the pieces together. My next point is that you need to surround yourself with the right people. An analogy that I use in a lot of my presentations is that a tiger shark grows 6 inches in a fishbowl and 6 feet in the ocean. Your environment, not only physical but social, plays a role in the development as who you are as a person and also the purpose that you have. There are dream killers and people around here that will diminish your purpose when you speak to them. Be careful who you tell your purpose and your goals to. I'm very blessed to have an inner circle. I have friends and boys back home that we joke around with, but I'm very blessed to have built and to actually have a group of people that I call my take ground friends. I could tell them right now, I could text them, I'm going to Mars, and they say, when we going? I could tell them anything, I can be completely vulnerable with them, and I can tell them areas of my life that I don't even like to speak to myself about. Surround yourself with the right people. The wrong people will have an influence. My last point before I close is the fact that don't trade your impact for income, and don't trade your purpose for a paycheck. There's 2 things that are consistent in my life, among others. The one is the fact that I'm going to watch Blue Planet. I love that. That's my show. But it's also I watch a lot of motivational videos and advice videos from people that are older than me. I think some of you have seen it on YouTube, where it's like advice from my 20-year-old self from an 80-year-old. One of the number one things that people over the age of 80 is what I've realized watching these videos, and people that are millionaires, is that they would trade it all to be 20 again. Allow me to make this allow me to bring some light to this situation, that you are living in a time of your life that's more valuable than money can buy and more powerful than power can control. People would trade everything they have to have the opportunities that you have now. And although that is pressure, I'm challenging you to just take the step to discover yourself, to heal yourself, and to pursue your purpose. And don't trade it for anything less. It may be going into that job that pays a little bit less. I know we all want to leave here and pay off the student loans. But if it's for your purpose, it's worth it to take the job that may pay less, but where your happiness is. Don't take the job that gives you more money but sacrifices your gifts. Don't move to that bigger city with flashing lights, but you leave behind your joy and happiness. Don't tie your purpose to a partner or a group of friends. Spend that one-on-one time to discover who you are and what's best in your genuine life and living that every day. For those of you that know your purpose, take a step to pursue it. For those of you that have no idea what's going on, take a step to discover and or heal yourself, for that is what's worked for me. We all know the quote, "A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step." I'm asking you to have the faith to start, to have the curiosity to discover, to have the courage to heal, to have the humility to not do it alone, to have the confidence to not compromise who you are along the way. As of tomorrow, when we all leave that stage and we all walk and we go in our different directions, I'm just asking you to take a step to go deeper into who you are, to discover who you are, and have the faith to walk out who that may be. Thank you.
Let me gather myself. Anybody who knows me knows I'm always in my feelings. So y'all give it up for Aaron Rodgers again. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful speech and challenging us to discover, to walk into our purpose daily. I think all of us needed that in this room today to stay encouraged, so thank you. At this time, I also want to recognize a few special guests from the Dean of Students Office. We have Dean Rambo, Dean Perkins, and we have Mrs. Michelle Peppers. Please welcome them too by giving them a round of applause. At this time, I have the special privilege to welcome our keynote speaker, who is Mr. Courtney Penn, who is the Associate Dean for Strategy and Admissions for Roanoke College Admissions. Please give it up for Courtney Penn.
Good morning. Good morning. To the Sash Planning Committee, to Tasha, who invited me to come today to say a few words, to members of the administration that's here, faculty, staff, students, family, and friends. It is truly an honor to be here this morning. I came here because about 2 weeks ago, Bob Rotans of Mack and Boggs and Ken Belt put together a dinner for some students that are associated with the Office of Multicultural Affairs. And he invited me to go along, and we sat down and had a good meal and talked about some of the wonderful challenges that students have faced during their 4 years and how they wanted things to be different in the future. And at some point during that dinner, I said a few words, made some comments, and down the table, Natasha pointed at me and said, "You're coming to the Sash ceremony and you're going to speak, right? Make those comments." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." So I am here doing what I'm told. So as the program reads, this event is to honor the sacrifice and struggles of pulling together. And it's my assumption that that phrase, the struggle of pulling together, is intentional language. That language is to honor the unique struggle that many of you have shared. We celebrate not only your accomplishments today, but your perseverance. We look forward to seeing your continued success. And this morning, I want to make two very brief observations, and then I'm going to pose an opportunity for you to consider. I hope that my comments will encourage you to explore your experience with Roanoke College and to inform the future engagement that you will have with the institution. So I'm going to put it right out front there. That's my purpose today. So my first observation, the sashes here that you will wear tomorrow represents the principles of the Office of Multicultural Affairs, diversity, equity, inclusiveness. You've come to embody these principles as members or allies of cultural groups, whether ethnic or racial or LGBTQ plus groups or religious groups or ability-based, whatever they are. In short, you've come to this point through a commitment to fellowship and inclusive humanity that still, at times, is aspirational in our community, in our country, in our states, and even sometimes here on our campus. Nevertheless, this shared identity brings us together today on this joyous occasion. My second observation, students, particularly the class of 2021, soon to be graduates, you are here because of the wonderful support of your family, your friends, the faculty, the staff, and others that have supported you along the way. At the same time, I understand that there is a tinge of pain in recognizing that you are also here in spite of the challenges connected to your identity and ideals. Even on the happy days like this, it's not uncommon for one to question their place, ownership, and belonging. I remember sitting in your seat. Actually, it was baccalaureate on a hot spring day on the campus of Washington and Lee University. I was thinking, well before Marshawn Lynch made it famous, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Tawanda Penn was no joke. She told me that week, she said, your narrow butt is going to all of these associated graduation programs. You made it. You got through this, and we're going to celebrate it. Yet I knew that my experience lacked much of the affection that I saw around me. And I couldn't wait to get those couple of days behind me so that I could move on and have a limited look back, if at all. This is the phenomenon that I call the yes buts. The yes buts is when someone asks, hey, Courtney, my son is looking at Washington and Lee. You got a great education there, didn't you? I respond, oh, yes, great education. But, you know, some of you know what I'm talking about. I heard that loud and clear from the students that were at the dinner a couple of weeks ago. What would it mean if we didn't have to qualify our experience? This week, I had the privilege of being a part of the search committee that engaged many of the candidates that came as finalists this week. I had an opportunity to watch a particular member of our search committee engage every candidate in an expectation that success is centered around everyone's experience being whole. That was a comment, an assertion that was given to every candidate by this particular member of the search committee. So, what's the opportunity? Consider who and what we would become if we could just jettison anything that does not uplift you 100% of the time, okay? What would it mean to have relationships connected to our individual unqualified happiness? I have to admit, there are times that I would really like to see that type of existence. Yet, is this a realistic experience that could guide our relationships with people and institutions in the future? No, it's not likely. We are designed to see the flaws around us, especially when they hurt us, even inadvertently. We can, when appropriately challenged, also learn to see the flaws in ourselves. But let me be clear. I'm not suggesting that we don't seek to challenge those things or that accept inequity in ways that just say that's the way it's always been, so why try to do anything about it? I think that's the prescription that I want to suggest. And that is basically the challenge here, is to try to choose love anyway. Maybe even love the people and institutions that need it like that even more. For the record, I'm not talking about the puppies and chocolate type of affection, but the love that is purposeful, that desires to see friends and acquaintances and institutions that have impacted our lives become better places, better individuals. It means that we value our role in ensuring that those that come behind us inherit a more diverse, inclusive, and equitable community. This type of affection is an I'm going to do it anyway type of affection. Now, a personal piece on this, I love my oldest son. He is one of the joy pieces of my life. But I don't always like him, you know? Yet I would die for him. Liking him has nothing to do with how far I go to help make him become whole, happy, and fulfilled. So in closing, you've had experiences here that only few people have had. You have sensitivities now that are unique. You have a transformative or transformational opportunity ahead of you. It will involve your continued engagement long after you turn your tassel tomorrow. Choosing to look at the dissonance associated with your experiences or opportunities or purposes to continue to help move the college forward. This, in my opinion, is truly the greatest gift that you can offer your alma mater and all future Maroons. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Please give Mr. Penn another round of applause. I do just want to say thank you to those who have spoken thus far. And again, just want you all to take hold of and stock of the wonderful people that have been around you during your process. One thing I realized in maturing is that I used to think I didn't have mentors or people around me, but they are there. It's our job to tap into those resources and those people. So I want to encourage you that as you look around the room and you hear from different people today, remember that we're all here to still engage and support you. No matter how far you go from Roanoke College, we are still here for you. So I just want to make sure that you realize that too, as we get some great words of encouragement this afternoon. So next we're going to have the presentation of the graduates, you, okay? And we're going to have Miss Elizabeth McClinney, our director of the Fintel Library, who's going to come and do that for us. So just as a reminder, the wonderful team, which I will recognize here in a moment, will be on this side, again, your left side, presenting you your sash. Walk down, you'll receive a rose. We have two lovely Vanna Whites today who are going to make sure you get your roses today, Miss Tony and Miss Carmen. They'll make sure you get your rose, and then you're going to stay planted for a little while, take a picture, and then you can walk off the stage, okay? And also, those who are participating via Zoom, we will make sure we highlight and pin your face at that moment. So I'm going to take this down so that you can be recognized as well, so just be ready for that. So we don't put you on the spot and you're not prepared. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that you all are visible on Zoom, our 2020 and some of our 2021 graduates. And again, your face will be pinned when it's time to recognize you. So I'll leave it to Miss Elizabeth McClinney.
Good morning. I have the pleasure and honor to read your names as you graduate today, or this weekend and last weekend. and I will be reading excerpts of your superlatives. The full superlatives are printed in your program. I'll be reading excerpts. Sasha Alexander. Sasha will get a job and start life. Sasha's biggest achievement would be making it through 4 years of college and never giving up. Unica Aline. Unica will continue working after graduation. Ms. J had the greatest impact upon Unica while at Roanoke. For Unica, graduating is the biggest achievement to date. Emily Ball. Emily plans to attend the Virginia State Police Academy in January with hopes of eventually working in federal law enforcement. Experiences abroad with Dr. Florida Silva and internship semester in D.C. have made the biggest impact on Emily. Jenny Battaglia. Jenny will be an elementary teacher at Independence Academy Alternative School in Independence, Missouri. Many experiences and people have made an impact on Jenny. Jenny is proudest of the growth of Campus Ministries Fellows Program. Tiffany Bennett. Tiffany will go into accounting or the math field in data analysis. The bond program and being a bond mentor had the most impact on Tiffany. Becoming a bond coordinator during this tough COVID year and successfully being recognized as an Office of the Multicultural Affairs Legacy Award recipient were Tiffany's greatest achievements. Riley Bird. Riley Bird. Riley plans on attending dental school after graduation back home in Canada. Coach Scott Thacker, Dr. Jorgensen gave Riley amazing opportunities and lifelong lessons. Emily Bless. Emily is going to move to the Richmond area to work towards a CPA while also working at Camping World. Robert Bessela made the most impact on Emily's college experience. Emily's biggest achievement is graduating with honors for all programs completed. Theodore Buchheimer. For Theodore, studying at Roanoke has been an amazing journey. Studying abroad had a profound impact on that journey, and Theodore hopes to continue traveling in the future. Sydney Tova Brenner. Sydney will be an au pair in Spain or work at Wake Forest Baptist Health. Chaplain Chris and his acceptance support of the Jewish community had the greatest impact upon Sydney. Being on the executive board, higher level positions for R.C. Hillel for 3 years is Sydney's greatest achievement. Hannah Broughton. Hannah bought a house and plans to remain in Roanoke. Hannah, with skills learned from Dr. Florida Silva medical Spanish class, hopes to find a healthcare-related translating job in the area. Hannah wants to use what was learned to help others. Alejandra Carino. Alejandra plans to take a gap year to work and then apply to graduate programs focusing on migration policy. Dr. Andrea Malahi O'Keefe made the biggest impact on Alejandra. Dr. Malahi O'Keefe pushed Alejandra beyond the limits placed. Joseph Harris. After graduation, Joseph plans on working for accounting firms. Joseph's friends impacted the Roanoke experience and acceptance of self, becoming president of Lambda, gaining multiple campus jobs, and making so many friends for Joseph's greatest achievements. Tatiana Cherry Santos. Tatiana will attend Georgetown University for a master's in Latin American Studies. Dr. Flores Silva, Dr. Banuelos Montes, Dr. Peppers, Dr. Parsons, and Dr. Kalinowski are mentors who help Tatiana achieve all goals and always encourage Tatiana to pursue different programs offered at Roanoke. Emily Clevenger. Emily will be interning at a nonprofit in Alexandria, Virginia, with the hopes of continuing to work with nonprofits in the future. Emily recognizes professors in the Literary Studies Department and friends for making Emily's time at Roanoke memorable. Phoebe Coburn. Dr. Flores Silva and Christine Stanley made the greatest impact on Phoebe's RC experience. They pushed Phoebe into pursuing Spanish and were always there for Phoebe academically and personally. Troy Crawley. Troy will attend graduate school. Troy's family, Jordan Robinson, and athletic teammates have had the greatest impact on Troy. Troy had several achievements and awards for diversity, athletics, breaking school records, and an internship. Allie Ebron. Allie will move to Chicago to become a program assistant for the Institute of Public Health and Medicine at Northwestern University. Allie thanks Dr. Shannon Anderson, Dr. Cameron Boggs Parker, and friends at Roanoke who stood by Allie's side these past 4 years.
And I'd like to add that she also gets her master's degree.
Charlie Fry. Charlie plans to attend the California Institute of the Arts Creative Writing Graduate Program. Friends and roommate and best friend Aspen Totten had the greatest impact on Charlie. Achievements were numerous, including a BA in creative writing, minor in literature studies, as well as a religion exploration. Charlie was also active in a number of organizations over the past 4 years. Nadja Gerasimchuk. Nadja will work and remain a lifelong student. Librarians love to hear that. Nadja thanks Dr. O'Neill for making everything possible, the most amazing guidance, and for helping Nadia achieve goals. Haley Gray. Haley Gray is moving back to Annapolis, Maryland to work with nonprofits. Dr. Anderson's social theory class was impactful to Haley. Winning the Franz Boas anthropology paper competition, being inducted into honor societies, Alpha Kappa Delta and Phi Beta Kappa, and forming lifelong connections with professors were Haley's greatest achievements. Liesl Greeter. Liesl will work with Phi Beta Kappa on their communications and chapter association relations team as communications and member engagement intern. Eventually, Liesl hopes to teach English abroad in Malaysia, then teach K-5 in Memphis, Tennessee with Teach for America. When COVID-19 hit, through support of family, friends, the college, and God, Liesl persevered to complete a study abroad experience as planned. Rosie Hamed. Rosie will undertake a master's and PhD in physics at Purdue University. Rosie thanks physics professors for their continuous support and encouragement. Jordan Hanson. Jordan will return to Midwestern roots, hopefully with a job that allows Jordan to continue writing. Jordan thanks the English department for all their help and support for parents who let Jordan go so far from home, and Jack Miller for taking the journey to London, among others, was by Jordan's side. Rosa Jaramillo. Rosa will work as a community health outreach coordinator this summer in Roanoke. Rosa will eventually relocate to Washington. to work in public health nonprofits. Rosa thanks Dr. Stanwyck for constant motivation and belief in Rosa since freshman year. The constant support is one of the things that has allowed Rosa to graduate. Rachel Johnson. Rachel will be joining the U.S. Navy as a naval flight officer. Of all the faculty and staff at Roanoke College, Rachel thanks Carmen for being so available and supportive during a chaotic semester in Ireland in the midst of COVID-19, and for making it happen at all, even if it were cut short. Alicia Jones. Alicia plans to pursue a career in human resources or public health. God, family, and friends made through Bond and O.M.A have had the most impact on Alicia's college experience. Graduating is Alicia's greatest achievement. Haley Kennedy. Haley plans either to join a recruiting team in Washington, D.C. for a technology sales company or move across the country to become a sommelier in Napa Valley. Haley thanks all professors, friends, and family for helping to make this possible. Alicia Lawrence. Alicia will continue to write for online publications that highlight African American culture, entertainment, politics, and beauty. Alicia's future goal is magazine publishing, writing screenplays, as well as films and television. Alicia credits Amber Ross, Chalmers, and O.M.A for being here today. Alicia hopes someone who is lost, terrified, and unsure also finds O.M.A. Desiree Lee. Desiree plans to continue working with children who have been abused and work with communities to become a better living space for children. O.M.A had a major impact on Desiree's college experience. Getting an internship in a chosen field that will offer experience for a future career has been Desiree's greatest achievement. Brianna Jane Manigo King. Brianna will explore the world for exposure to different environments. Brianna will rebrand self and company to meet the level of success that God will define. Natasha Saunders, O.M.A, Friends, and Main Street made the greatest impact on Brianna. Brianna's greatest achievements have been starting, managing, and leaving a legacy through Tangles, participating as diversity peer educator, and the gift of singing at numerous concerts. Zoe Manukian. Zoe will seek employment in Richmond before possibly continuing education and using communication skills developed to be creative and to promote causes about the passion of the arts and/or literacy. English professor Dr. Almeida and Dr. Groff greatly impacted Zoe. Leah Marshall. Leah plans to work with a nonprofit focusing on wildlife conservation and rehabilitation. Eventually, Leah wants to go abroad to a Spanish-speaking country to teach English. Leah says that the Common staff have always been really kind and cheerful, making a bad day better. Max Menzel. Max enjoyed being a student-athlete during the 4 years at Roanoke and making lifelong friends. After graduating, Max would like to pursue a career in either government or the public sector. Megan Mercer. Megan would like to teach in the Virginia area and work towards getting a Master's of Education. Megan thanks all of the education department for helping Megan to pursue a passion for teaching and pushing to excel. Falani Mwachwa. Falani will coach soccer after graduation. Falani thanks Dr. Buriak and the HHP department for his years at Roanoke. Vanessa Mutesi. Vanessa will continue to pursue creative arts as well as advocacy for mental health in the Rwandan society and the African society at large. Vanessa recognizes Shaquille Prasad for being an outstanding friend who has challenged, loved, and cared for Vanessa while at Roanoke. Michelle Ogutu. Michelle believes that RC offered more than an education. It offered lifelong friends, memories, and opportunities that sparked self-growth and leadership skills. Michelle credits and thanks her mother, O.M.A, the Moorhead family, Ms. J, Ms. Elise Bennett, Dr. Brenda Pogendorf, and Dr. Anderson for years of support and her subsequent success. Michelle plans to work more with the immigrant community as well as with organizations that promote and support women's health here in the States and abroad. Vanessa Pearson. Vanessa will graduate with a bachelor's in elementary education and psychology, and Vanessa will be an elementary teacher in Franklin County. Vanessa recognizes the psychology department, especially Dr. Powell, as well as the education department, for having such a positive impact on Vanessa's time at Roanoke and future goals. And Vanessa also recognizes Carmen for helping to realize it was possible to go abroad and live out a dream. Antonio Perez. Antonio will attend grad school and find an internship. Friends and professors had the greatest impact on Antonio's experience at Roanoke. The ecological site on Elizabeth campus and AKX were Antonio's greatest accomplishments. Shaquille Prasad. Shaquille plans on securing a production internship and working towards being a creative director. O.M.A as a whole has had the biggest impact on Shaquille's character and personal development. Mrs. Juliette Lowry and Natasha Saunders have had the biggest impacts on Shaquille personally. Leading as vice president of VSA and being awarded 2 Guerin Diversity Awards have been Shaquille's biggest achievements. Geo Person. Geo plans to become an assistant or substitute teacher, then enroll and complete a graduate program. Then Geo will become a full-time public school teacher, then a principal, and later a doctorate. Geo gives shout-outs to families, friends, Ms. J, Ms. Natasha Saunders for never giving up on Geo and being a supportive crutch and pushing Geo to become greater. Geo's biggest accomplishment is graduating RC, making lifelong friends and relationships, and volunteering at underprivileged schools and community centers. Aaron Rogers. Aaron will pursue a master's degree at Georgia State University. Aaron thanks the Office of Multicultural Affairs, Ms. J, and Natasha for having the biggest impact on Aaron's college experience. Amber Ross is in graduate school for marriage and family therapy, doing couples work and working for Yale Child Study Center. Amber will one day own a practice. Chaplain Chris and Ms. Tony's office made the greatest impact on Amber while at Roanoke. Christian Sanchez de la Cruz. Christian plans to work and participate in an internship over the summer, apply to graduate schools for the spring. Bond impacted Christian as well as amazing people such as Shaquille Prasad, Chico Bonilla, Aaron Rogers, Maya and Marissa Verdi, and others. Christian's biggest accomplishment would be receiving Guerin Rising Star Diversity Awards, among many other things. Ellie Shai. Ellie will work for Ernst & Young in their assurance department in Boston. Ellie thanks advisor Professor Hagedorn for direction and encouragement, including being in the honors program. Sarah Seifert. Sarah will teach English in Madrid, Spain. Dr. Jackal is recognized for helping to make a positive impact upon Sarah's time at Roanoke. Sarah also acknowledges friends who helped along the way. Snigdha Somani. Snigdha would like to enroll in a master's program in marketing and business analytics, and Snigdha hopes to obtain a DBA and teach as a professor at Roanoke, and one day be able to take a selfie with the billboard made as part of a marketing campaign. Dr. Carmen Boggs made the greatest impact for bringing together the international community at RC, and Betty Nelson, dining staff, for being a ray of sunshine. Erin Standish. Erin will work as an admission counselor at Hollins University after graduation. Erin recognizes Dr. Trexler and Dr. Jackal and friends on the dance team for positive impact while they've made at RC. Words cannot describe how grateful Erin is to have met them all. Blair Swinson. Blair's going to take a gap year before going to grad school for social work. Friends had the biggest impact on Blair's college experience. They were there through some of Blair's darkest moments and helped Blair in the process of self-discovery. Blair's biggest achievement while at Roanoke is having the courage to take control over life, becoming authentic in self, and taking charge with the support of friends and professors. Sienna Marie Thompson. Sienna Marie plans to get a job. 3 people have had an impact upon Sienna Marie's college experience. Sienna Marie's roommate from sophomore and junior year, Julia Mello, friend Jordan Aloof, and advisor Dr. Hartman. The Ivy Society gave Sienna Marie an experience in college that is valued more than anything. Janiyah Tillery. Janiyah thanks Ms. Rostad, Dr. Stella Zhu, and Ms. Carmen for their continued support throughout these last 2 years. Because of them, Janiyah was able to be rewarded with both a Gilman Scholarship and a Fulbright Scholarship to Taiwan. Aspen Totten. Aspen is going to take a gap year, then get a master's in social work to continue work in the community. Being accepted as gay, non-binary student helped Aspen flourish as well as figure out what to do in life. Wes Rousseau, Jimmy Whited, Kit Myers, and Dr. Samantha Rosenthal have been instrumental in Aspen's journey. Corbin Turner will continue to work with Salem Parks and Recreation. Corbin's biggest achievements have been breaking indoor and outdoor track and field records for pole vault, jumping a height of 4.20, 14 feet 1 inch, and 4.25 meters, 14 feet 3 inches. Having good friends and helpful professors in the sports management department have made the most impact on Corbin's time here. Douglas Tyrell. Douglas will find a job in sports management field and work in event management. Family and friends made the greatest impact on Douglas' college experience. Graduating from Roanoke is Douglas' greatest achievement. Maya Virdi. Maya will pursue a career in data analytics. Lifelong friends met through the Office of Multicultural Affairs made the greatest impact upon Maya while at Roanoke. Maya's biggest achievements were being the Spring 2020 Guerin Diversity Maxine Fitzgerald Trailblazer Award recipient and graduating with honors. Nicole Wade. Nicole plans to attend law school and perhaps also apply to one in Australia. Nicole credits being at Roanoke because of support from family and friends and professors. They made Nicole's time at Roanoke the best. Bree Webster. Bree plans to pursue a career in animal-assisted therapy. The Office of Multicultural Affairs, Ms. J, Natasha, and advisor Stacy Wetmore have made the most impact upon Bree's college experience. Bree's biggest achievement to date at Roanoke is learning and growing as a person. Jessica White. Jessica will be taking a gap year before applying for graduate school. Jessica thanks Dr. Wharton for the encouragement to go to Egypt. Jessica says it was one of the best experiences in life. Jordan Lowe White. Jordan will attend Life University for a Doctor of Chiropractic. Planning and organizing events for Hillel to gather the Jewish community is Lauren's greatest achievement while at Roanoke.
Thank you, Ms. McClenny, for reading off our graduates. And now let's just give another round of applause to the class of 2020 and 2021. Woo! You did it, you did it. So really quick, just so you know, the rose, and I apologize, it's got thorns on it, but it's very fresh. What I want you to do with that is you can keep it for yourself as a token of this ceremony, and or you may give this rose to the person who's made the most impact on you when you see them throughout this weekend and through your graduation ceremony. So just keep that in mind, that you can give that to a person who's meant a lot to you during your journey. So at this time, we now have a special message from our new Roanoke Multicultural Alumni Chapter, if you were not familiar. And so we want you to be engaged with our Alumni Association once you leave here. And we have a new chapter in which you can do that. So I'm going to play a special message from the Executive Committee. Just taught me how to do this. Do me a favor, if you can whip your phone out and turn your Wi-Fi off for a second. Learn that trick. The video was working just a moment ago. Let's try that. Mitch, you proud of me? I really want y'all to be able to hear this video. We have Chico and Kathy Bonilla, and we also have members who are 2020 graduates that are joining us remotely, like Maya, and others who are part of this alumni chapter and its inception. So let's try that again.
Hi everyone, my name is Chico Bonilla, class of 2019.
Hi, I'm Kathy Bonilla, class of 2014.
And together we're the co-chairs of the Multicultural Alumni Chapter of Roanoke College.
On behalf of us and everyone at the chapter, we want to congratulate you on graduating from Roanoke College. We know it could not have been easy given the pandemic on top of your regular Roanoke College load, but you did it. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of you. And now we're here to talk a little bit more about our chapter. The Multicultural Alumni Chapter strives to be a strong, diverse alumni network work of advocacy and support for the Roanoke College community in its enhancement of diversity and inclusion initiatives, while also supporting current students throughout their entire tenure at Roanoke College and their transition to postgraduate life and our alumni community.
The chapter is mainly that, a community. All of our members will either hang out at regional events that we will host or during Alumni Weekend at events that we plan to host in person in the future.
Definitely. Please come join us. And now, a few words from a couple of our exec board members.
Hi, my name is Tyler Cole, a member of the class of 2014 and serve as the social media manager for the Multicultural Alumni Chapter. Congratulations, class of 2020 and 2021. It is a well-known fact that it is hard to stay at Roanoke College. Yet you did it, and you did it during a global pandemic. Welcome to the other side in this moment, and we do hope that in the weeks, months, and days to come that you will join us in the Multicultural Alumni Chapter soon. Again, congratulations, you did it.
Hi, my name is Kayla Capehart, and I am a class of 2020 graduate. My major was health and exercise science, and I minored in public health. I'm the service and giving co-coordinator for the chapter. While at Roanoke, I was involved in Tangles, and BSA, and O.M.A, and Toy Like Me, the Veterans Association, as well as Young Life. I'm excited for this chapter because I feel like it will allow just alumni from all years, from all backgrounds, to connect and, establish new and lasting relationships. So finally, I just wanted to say congrats to the class of 2020, and as well as 2021. All of your hard work, your long nights, your countless hours, just trying to make sure that you succeed, are finally being recognized. So congrats to you, and best of luck on all your future endeavors. Bye. Stay safe.
Hi, my name is Darlene Harris, and I am the Secretary of the Multicultural Alumni Chapter. I graduated in 2014 with a major in theater and minors in music and education. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Hi everybody, my name is Maya Birdie, and I graduated with the class of 2020. So congratulations to us, and a huge congratulations to the class of 2021. I know that you guys have been waiting for this for a long time, and it's finally here. My role as recruitment coordinator is to answer any questions that you may have, give you more information, and get you signed up with us if you would like to stay connected with the organizations and people that have helped you through your time at Roanoke. If you would like to contact me, you can email me, you can join us on our Facebook page, or you can learn more information about us on the Roanoke College website. I look forward to hearing from you all. Again, congratulations, you made it. Woo!
Exciting, right? So again, we are making great strides here at Roanoke College, and it has been very, very exciting. So let me reset for us in just a moment. All right. Next, we are going to have the charge to the graduating class by Filani Washawa. Please give it up for Filani as he gives the charge to the graduating class.
Good morning. One thing I hate about masks is because I can't see people's smiles. So even underneath your smiles, please, your masks, please smile as great as you can. I'll definitely feed from that. My name is Filani. I'm pretty sure most of you know me. I was born in Zimbabwe, raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather was a preacher. So scripture was a big part of the family life at home. And one of his favorite scriptures to us was, in all that you do, do it with all your might. The reason he said this to us so many times was because there was a lot of kids in the house. Myself, my brothers, and my cousins. And with each day, there was different tasks for one of us to do. So be it's feeding the animals, doing the dishes, fetching the water, or whatever it is that you're doing for the day, do it with all your might. And so it is at that point where I really got a good sense of how purpose of what I am doing also is as important to the purpose of the next person in what they are doing. And that was because we always rotated our shifts like that. So you knew that if you don't do something as best as you can, then you're probably putting the next person to be in that position in not so good position, because they have to do what you could have done yourself. So growing up and just taking that as a life lesson and trying to find my own purpose, not just at home, but in life, I discovered that it's quite a phenomenon, right? It's a very constant phenomenon that keeps on going each and every day. I mean, there's professors and adults in this room that still feel they're finding their purpose today. So with that being said, I have discovered that the things that annoy me the most, the things that energize me the most, the things I love the most, are most likely the things that align my spirit and my energy to my purpose. But as Aaron already said, it is not a day where you just wake up in the morning and say, I found my purpose. I don't think it's like that. But your purpose is probably engraved in moments, in experiences, in smiles, in laughters, in a bus ride, in a train ride, in the airplane with somebody you do not even know. That is where your purpose is. As you guys walk out from this room today, going into the big world, know that you have the opportunity to find your purpose in each and every single day of your life. It might be at the morning when you're getting your coffee at your local barista. It might be when you get to office. It might be when you get to school to teach those kids. I'm a soccer coach myself. I find my purpose so many times during the day, because I get to interact with a lot of kids, a lot of people. And that way, at times, it's just having a fun little session with somebody. And that's it for me for the day. Anything else will not supersede that moment, that experience. So as you guys go out there and be problem solvers. The world needs you. The world needs people like you, and find your purpose in all instances that you can. And with that, do have a good graduation and congratulations.
Thank you, Falani. Y'all give it up again for Falani for our charge to the graduating class. Next, we are going to have closing remarks. Closing remarks by Dean Tom Rambo on behalf of the Roanoke College Dean of Students Office. So please give it up for Dean Rambo.
Good afternoon. It's afternoon now. Let's give another round of applause for our presenters and our colleagues who helped with this process and presentation. And also, one last from me, applause for yourselves. Congratulations for this accomplishment and graduation. The Sash is a symbol of all the work and dedication towards your goals related to your education and your personal growth. Your path has been filled with study, stress, sacrifice, intensity, pleasure, pain, and more. You have succeeded as an individual and part of a larger community. I've learned a lot from personal conversations with many of you and in writings found in research projects from you and even comments in this program. It's a very comprehensive program for the ceremony. I've noticed some common themes in some of your own words regarding experiences at Roanoke College and your classes with your friends in your own personal reflections. I'd like to share briefly just some of those themes. Never giving up, great impact, opportunities, pursuit of lifelong learning, personal growth, mentorship, leadership, aware of differences, lifelong lessons, amazing journey, helping others, push to go beyond limits, making friends for life, encouragement to pursue diverse programs, going after your passion, working outside your comfort zone, finding self-identity, amazing guidance, courage to take control of your own life, empowerment. Countless faculty and staff members have had influence on you at your time at Roanoke, and you have had influence on them. These are positive themes that will follow you for a life after college. We realize these positive things have also been accompanied by stress, anxiety, fear, disappointment, and other things. All of these themes contribute to your personal growth and aid in the ability to mentor those who follow you. You are headed for great things and will use all of your experiences to succeed and help others. Congratulations, and go on to follow an amazing journey. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dean Rambo, for those amazing words of encouragement. I'm so glad that we didn't have to, we didn't take too much of your time. I know you have plenty of partying to do. And, even though some of you will look me in the eye and say you didn't party, but it's okay. So at this point, at this time, I'd like to just really recognize the Sash Ceremony Planning Committee. Dr. Carmen Boggs Parker, you want to just lift your hand. On behalf of International Education, Reverend Chaplain Chris Bowen for the Center for Spiritual Life and Campus Ministry, Wes Brousseau, LGBTQ+ Services, Laura Leonard, Accessible Education Services, Office of Multicultural Affairs, and Jimmy Whited, Lambda Alliance. I'd also like to say thank you to Tony Faisler for all your hard work in and out behind the scenes as well. And I also would like to give a special thanks to the Dean of Students Office, Delish Sweet and Treats, which you're about to get here in a moment, the Diversity and Inclusion Steering Committee, and also Dean Smith, who snuck in and out, so I want to recognize that he was here for a moment to share with us as well. The Diversity and Inclusion Working Group, LGBTQ Advisory Council, RC Dining Services, McAfee's House, Mr. Courtney Penn with Admissions, and Ms. Elizabeth McClenny for the Fintel Library. Please give the special thanks, give these people a round of applause. And before we send you off into the world, I would like to invite my colleague, Dr. Boggs Parker, to the stage to just give you a few more warm remarks before we send you on your way. So, Carmen.
I'll be brief because I know we want some snacks, right? But I just wanted to say a big thank you to each and every one of you. As I listened to Aaron and I listened to Fulani speak, it really struck me of how wonderful it is that we had these young men here and all of you here. And I felt called again to think about the purpose that we all have. And I think one of mine is to do all with love. That's the way I think. And I want to say that it has been my absolute pleasure to serve you. And you have made it easy to work with you to do that with love. So thank you, congratulations, and good luck.
All right, so again, thank you. I think Carmen has spoke on behalf of all of us when we say how full our hearts are and how much we're going to miss you and the impact you have made. Roanoke College certainly makes a special student, and we are so excited for your next chapter in life. So at this point, don't rush the table, but if you could make sure you can have 1 to 3 desserts of your choice. I believe there is a blondie that may have some nuts in there, so be careful if you have a nut allergy. But yeah, we have cake pops and all types of desserts that you can grab. And so you can exit, and we also have some signs on the table. If you want to take some pictures, you can do that as well. So again, congratulations to our graduates, and have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.